In this very short video, we're going to show you how to save an image off the web, open it up in GIMP, a powerful and free graphics editor, resize it, print it and save it. As simple as that. Now when you first open up GIMP, and you can see it on my screen here, it can look a little bit daunting, but although it's powerful, it will obviously do very simple tasks as well. So don't fret about it too much. First thing we want to do is go and get an image, and we're going to get one off our own website, but it doesn't matter if you save it off our website or somebody else's website. Let's have a look at the Craftful Bears. Let's go for this wedding one. And to save that image, we just have to right click and select Save Image As, or it might be Save As, it depends which browser you use, but it will say Save something. So Save Image As, and it's just important that you remember where you're going to put it. I'm putting mine on the desktop, so just it doesn't matter where you put it, just remember where it is. So save that onto the desktop. Now I'm going to flick over to GIMP, and in the top left, File, Open, and you'll want to find it. I need the desktop again, and it was the wedding bear. Now you'll see there's a little preview of it there. Doesn't matter which image you look at, you should get a preview of it there. So as long as you've got the right image, just click Open, and there the image opens in GIMP. Now the problem we have is all this white space. If I were to resize this image now, I'd be resizing everything, including the white. So the first thing I'm going to do is crop the image back. So in the top left, just check you've got this tool selected. It's the rectangular select tool. Looks like a box with little dots around it. So make sure that's selected, and go back to your image, click and drag, and you'll be dragging a box like that. Now don't worry if you don't get it right first time. You see these things appear, these little boxes. If you grab a corner one, you can move it both ways. If you grab a side one, it's just that side which moves. There we are, I think that's quite okay. So now I'm going to go back to the top left, and I want to go Image, Crop to Selection. And I'll keep an eye on that image on the right, and it'll crop off that excess. So now I've just got the actual image left. Now if I resize it, I can resize it to whatever size I want. Now I know I'm going to be printing this on a piece of A4, so to keep it simple I want it to fit on there. So back to top left, Image, and it's Scale Image, not Resize, it's Scale Image. And a little box appears. Now you can forget about most of this box. The important bit is up here and here. Let me just move that across a little bit further so you can see it. So here, ensure you've got whatever scale you want. I'm going to put it in inches. You might prefer to work in centimeters, but I want inches for now, and you'll see the sizes here. So to resize, make sure this chain is together, and that means whatever I do to the width will automatically happen to the height as well. If that's not connected, it works separately. So make sure all that chain is connected, and then let's say I want 7 inches up there, and it's going to resize the bottom proportionately. You can ignore everything else. So whatever size you want. If I wanted it to be 4 inches, then it'll resize the bottom proportionately. But let's say I want 7, it to be 7 inches there, and then just to finish off, hit that scale button. Sorry, you can hear my dog. And it has rescaled. I can zoom in and out just by holding the control button on my mouse wheel. It has rescaled. So to print it, you go back to top left, File. First of all, in page setup, just make sure you've got A4 selected, portrait and landscape depending on your image. Let's say portrait. And then this time hit print. And again, make sure your printer is selected and go to image settings. I'll change that to inches as well. Now, if it won't print at the correct size, that'll be because it can't fit onto the paper. You do get a second chance if you want to resize it here as well. But for various reasons, I don't do it that way. I'll go into that more in depth later. But that should be your resized image as long as it can fit on the paper. And you can just hit print. You see, I've got ignore page margins selected and center is both. So I'll print it in the middle of the page. I'm going to hit cancel because I don't want to be printing stuff off. I will just show you something very quickly. If I wanted that to be 10 inches big, well, it'll fit on a sheet top to bottom, but it won't fit width-wise. So let me just resize this again. I'll go through it very quickly. Resizing it again, so all the white's cropped off on the edge. So it's image, scale image. Put that back to inches again. And let's say I wanted it 10 inches like that. I'll scale the image. Now I know that won't fit on a single sheet, but GIMP does do something rather good. On the image we can add a guide, and I'm image, guides, new guide by percent, and I want to add a vertical guide at 50%. Yeah. That's never printed, it's just a guide which you use for various things. But on here, I've put a guide at 50%, and now if I go image, transform, and guillotine is actually going to chop the image at that guide. It doesn't in reality chop the image, it makes new ones. So I hit that, and you'll see 2 images have been made. And then I should be able to print each one of those and then stick them together. There we go. So again, it's still 10 inches high, but only 5 in width. Print them both off, stick them together. So let's do away with those just for now. Go back to our original image. If I want to save it, there's 2 different ways of saving it. File, save as, will save it as a GIMP file, which can only be opened in GIMP. If you're likely to want to put it on the web or open it in something else, use export as. Let me show you a bit closer. File, export as, and in that you can do it as a JPEG, you can do it as a PNG, you can do it in multiple file formats. Just give it a name and export. obviously choosing where you want to save it. Okay, I hope that wasn't too confusing for you, but that's how to open an image and resize it in GIMP and how to print it off. Any questions, just ask on the website, the Facebook group, or on our YouTube channel, and I'll try my best to answer them. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and happy crafting!